Deactivate. Y'all know what time it is. It's 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 time to get it, man. We are live in the place to be. We have a special guest tonight, well today, this morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Uh, but before we get into it, I wanted to say, uh, quote of the day: "For it is given that we receive, for it is in giving that we receive." That's from Francis as Issy. I might have said that name wrong. Forgive me if I did. Then the funny quote of the day is, "Maybe Christmas, the Grinch thought, doesn't come from a store." That's for all y'all out there about to go break the bank. Uh, Knowing y'all ain't, y'all might not have the your lights on tomorrow. And then another funny quote of the day is, "Santa Claus was right. Visit people only once a year." That's from Victor Board. And the one about the Grinch was from Dr. Seuss. So, check it out, man. This is Chatting with Proper Gift. Uh, it's Christmas Eve, the 24th. Maybe Christmas for some of you guys overseas. But we're getting it. We got a special guest. Goes by the name of Top to some. And brother, dad, he goes by a lot of different names, man. But I'm going to let him introduce himself as I bring him in. You on there, bro?
Yes, I'm here, brother.
Let me see. Let me get this thing on up. Here we go. Get the right one. Look, I'm on a different platform today, so I got to get right. How you
Uh,
doing, bro? How does it go?
it's going pretty well, man. Can't complain.
Yeah?
Can't, yeah.
Look, I'm going to have to pull out my glasses. Because I got to be able to read these daggone questions. I got to be able to read.
I
So,
hear you.
uh, yeah, bro. So check it out, man. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking time. I know you're a busy, man. You know it's the holidays. You got some retirement things that you're probably trying to do. But you take some time to chat with us, with me and all of the followers and people that stop by every now and then on the show. So we're interested in hearing the knowledge that you're gonna drop on us, and the wisdom and stuff that you're gonna share. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna allow you to tell us who you are and what you do.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you for hiring me on. First of all, for those that don't know me, and for those that know me, I'm Hera Tarr. Recently retired from the army. Actually, August. After 25 years of service. Throughout those 25 years, I was 68 whiskey. Before that, it was 91.
That's awesome.
So 25 years of service, culminating with being Department of Warrior at NCORC up in Orbit. Yeah.
Okay. So recently retired, man. You just retired like yesterday, bro.
Yes, fresh off.
Man, it feels like we were just in Germany together, bro. I mean, like it does not seem like it's been like that long.
No.
And and then I'm looking up again, and you're retired.
Yes.
I'm trying to get like you, bro. You gotta school me up, man. I'm trying to get there. I'm almost 180 days out. It's so rough.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So check it. You're fresh right now. So man, what's some advice that you would give to us? So like if you can go back to see yourself, I would say a year out, what would you tell yourself and those of us that are in that position, how to set ourselves up for success?
Well, I would suggest that you start the process early. Uh, I would say I know DOD or the Army gives you about 24 months, but I would say at a minimum start a year out.
A year out.
Start to get those SFL tab or Soldier for Life stuff out the way. Start to gather your medical records, right? Start the VA process, the disability process. Because for those that don't know, I think retirees, many recently retirees are like second or third when it in prior as far as priority wise for the VA to process your claim. The first individuals are I think the folks from Vietnam and before that.
Okay.
So, but start those VA claims, start your Soldier for Life as early as possible. That's what I would say.
Okay. So you just retired, so obviously you served in the military. You said you did how many years?
25 years.
25 years, bro. That's longer than I've been alive, bro. I'm still a young man. I'm trying to get like you, man. I'm trying to get there, bro. So, hey, check it out, man. Tell me, so what did you do when you was in the service? What was your trade, MOS?
When I was in the service the entire time, man, I was a 68 whiskey. I was a medic the entire time.
You
I
was a
went
68 whiskey or you was a 91 Bravo?
well when I came in. It was 91 Bravo.
Oh,
Then
okay. You was
I
a
just
combat medic.
Alpha to 91 Bravo, right? Yeah. So when I came in, it was 91 Bravo. Then from 91 Bravo, I believe we went to I think it was 91 Charlie. I believe so. Then from there we went to 68 whiskey. So yeah.
There's a couple of changes in there, man. They even changed it from combat medic to healthcare specialist.
Exactly.
They fooling them, man. I was down at the schoolhouse and these kids came in and I was educating them. I'm like, look, y'all got to get ready because you probably gonna see some action, right?
Yes.
And the soldiers started like had this look on their face, and it was like they told me I was just gonna be in the hospital. I said, you do realize what your job is, right?
Yes.
You are the second largest MOS in the Army.
Yes.
We are in the largest training battalion in the Army.
Yes.
You're on Fort Sam Houston, home of the combat medic. That's what you are.
And I would tell you this. I did not even. So I didn't even see a fixed facility, meaning a hospital, until I became a first sergeant.
Really?
On Fort Gordon. Yeah, that was the first hospital I was ever assigned to. Other than that, everything else were field units.
Wow. So you had like a little small clinic or MTF or one of those.
Yep. Battalion.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
aid station. That's right. Yeah.
And I was lucky if I even went to the aid station. Most of my work was on the line.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The QD boss said, shout out to the retirees. She said, also expect to not have a paycheck for the first month when you first retire. And savings or extra money is important. Good stuff. Good stuff, QD boss, man. Thank you for coming out. Who we got representing the house? Is that Augusta, Georgia over there? You just said you was in the clinic over in Augusta, Georgia. Fort Gordon in the house.
Yep, I was the first sergeant for Bravo Company.
First sergeant, top. That's what I'm talking about. Is that where you and who was the Charlie we had in 421st? Chanel Tolan. Is that
Tolan.
She was with you there?
Yeah, Chanel Tolan was in my company. She was one of my soldiers. I remember I even had one time I had to take her to the airport.
Yeah.
Going on a mission to Fort Knox.
That's what my headquarters is now.
Airport, yeah. So yeah, Chanel Tolan, and what's his name? Another individual. He was down there with the mental health guys, the psych guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember his name.
Yeah. So, bro, so you did 25 years. You were a combat medic the whole time. Give us
Yes.
some pros and cons of your time in service, man. Some of the things that you saw that was good, and some of those things that we can do better at.
I mean, with the pros, man. I think with the diversity of the units that you get to go to, right? You get to meet different people, especially if you were a medic, right? You
Right.
weren't just confined to a medcom, right?
Hmm.
You line units, you went to different units. I mean, you get to meet different people. You learn different things. You have different mentors,
Right.
right? People to show you your way around. I mean, so I really appreciated that because basically that built me to be able to function anywhere. You
Right.
know, it kind of increased my adaptability, basically. Cons, man. It's I mean, so as a 60 whiskey as a medic, right? Most of the time, as a young medic, you find yourself by yourself,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
When everybody else is, hey doc, what's going on? Hey doc, I'm this, I'm that. Hey doc, my leg hurt. Hey doc, my neck hurt. This hurt.
Right.
You got to take care of them. But what doesn't happen is people don't ask you, doc,
Yes.
how are you doing?
Right.
Right?
Right.
You go, and then we ourselves as medics, we tend to not,
Yeah.
you know, tend to forget about ourselves.
Right.
So
Self medicate. Just pass over yourself. Yeah.
ex- exactly, because you are so focused, you're so focused on taking care of other people that sometimes you forget about yourself. That was, if I looking back, that's no, one of the cons, man.
Yeah. Big time. I
Big
agree,
time,
bro. I think
man.
with especially being in a medical unit, at the different levels that we've been in, um, I was fortunate enough to run into good leaders, great leaders like yourself, and with different MOSs. So we had that exposure to where people can look and be like, "Hey, man, you need to come sit down in the chair. Come on, talk
That
to me for a second. Come on,
ex-
Top."
But ask that, hey, or anybody in the medical field. I mean, you public health, be you a vet. I mean, you guys know you tend to work by yourself sometimes,
Right.
most times. So nobody ever one day sit down and say, hey, Sergeant Gaffer, how are you doing?
Right.
I just going. Especially sometimes I will give you an example when I don't know what it was, if Afghanistan or Iraq or somewhere, after a firefight or whatever, you over there working and you trying to heal people when everything is said and done. After you went around and asked everybody how they were doing, greet everybody, when you go back to that aid station or wherever and sit down, it's like sometimes you feel by yourself
Right.
because if I mean to hey doc, how are you doing? Now I had
Right.
a good sergeants that that will come to stations up and then be like, hey doc, is everything okay? How you doing? Everything fine? You ready to go? Basically, I'll
Yeah.
be like, yeah, but yeah, that
Yeah, man. That reminds me of I can't remember who it was, but somebody told me that they needed uh, they stop and they ask their people, "Are you here? Are you here?" And it's like it's something so simple, but it's like the first thing that people do is they look at you and they be like, "Yeah, I'm standing right in front of you." No, but are you here?
are, are you here mentally?
Yes,
Right? Are
because
you
I
here?
can I can have you here present in the person all day, but if you're not physically here and mentally here, you can get yourself hurt and you can get us hurt while we're
Yep.
trying to take care of executing this mission. So
Yep.
that's good, bro. Definitely, we have to be more pay attention to everyone because the medics definitely get left out. We tend to think of them as like those superheroes. I just watched Spider Man last night, and that's so perfect because it's like you see that all three of them kind of took care of each other,
Yes.
and they were able to show, you know, the demons that they were fighting internally, and some of them was the villains that came into the show were a part of that. I mean, it was kind of like the manifestation, that outward manifestation of those inner demons that they were fighting, and they all had to heal, right? And
Exactly.
that's one of those things that we don't do with medics a lot, and not just medics, senior leaders. They don't
Yes.
they don't think first sergeants and sergeant major and your platoon sergeants. And I mean, a lot of people don't look at us and be like, oh, they need somebody to come ask them if they're okay too.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I'll never forget as a young line medic in Hawaii. I will never forget that. I remember this fresh shine vividly. He was getting ready to retire. It was more of a forced retirement, maybe. I don't know. For some reason, he just looked at me and said, "Hey, Doc." I said, "Yes, fresh shine." He said, "Let me tell you something. Make sure that during your time in this army, you make sure you take care of yourself, because
Yes.
I'm retiring right now, and my medical, records is like that, because I never really took the time to pause and say, you know what, let me take care of myself." And
Mm.
it was a sad, sad thing, but and that stuck with me the whole entire time. Like, man, you know what, you got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself. Now there are circumstances that might prevent you from doing that,
Hmm.
but in us, we are in the medical field. We tend to work solo. We work in small groups. We take care of larger audiences,
Hmm.
and at some point in time, you take the time, sit back, you know, and get your mental faculty together.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to need it. Yep.
Yeah, man. That's powerful. QD Boss says that that's good because there are so many soldiers suffering from depression, stress, and suicide. Absolutely, man. Shout out to
That,
those people that's doing the 22 a day. You did that challenge. Didn't you do the 22 a day challenge?
yes, I did with good old Siren First Class Band in Germany.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was Barranco that got you.
No, it was Sergeant First Class Band that got me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah, no, you're right. It
I
was him.
yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, man. This is one of those things that we definitely tend to overlook, and people just in general think soldiers are strong. I
Yeah.
remember when I was teaching my Sunday school class one time, and I had the kids, man, like elementary school kids, and I come in there, it was like, Brother Gifford, uh, you a soldier, right? I was like, yeah. They said, how many people you killed? I was like, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How many people you killed? I was like, okay, back to Noah's Ark. Okay, we're gonna talk about Noah. It's like, you got a gun, right? Did you shoot him? Did you kill him the first time? Like, can you please get off of the killing? I'm medical field, brother. Matter of fact, I'm not even a medic. I'm public health. I make sure they eat good and that the animals are safe. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but you killed some people, right? I was like, man,
Yeah.
these kids been playing too much Call of Duty.
I know. Watch too much.
Like Doc got a gun too. I know he do. I know, but that ain't me, man. That's not my life, man. I'm gonna help you with your food, brother. I'm gonna shut the restaurant down for you. You know, hey, we all got a part to play, man. Look, check it out. So, the if you could change three things,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter what you want to do, military, civilian, past, present. If you could change three things, what would you do? What would you change, bro?
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I would say, man, look, being an immigrant, somebody that migrated from another country to this country, right, to the United States, I think the greatest country in the world. I mean, I think immigration policies for me is
Mm.
very right. Giving people the opportunity to come here, because I'm telling you, the military is one of the most diverse, if not the most diverse organization in the world, the United States.
Absolutely.
So I mean, and I talk to young, you know, folks all the time. Whether it's in the African community here or the communities, and I think the immigration policy, I will try to look into, try to make it, for people to be able to come here to make a better life for themselves.
Right.
The other thing is, me and my brother and a couple of our other friends, we have a charity organization that we run, and we every quarter we do feed children back in Liberia. We feed orphanages and stuff, like we do 3 or 4 at a time. So to me, hunger, access to water, we take water for granted. Um, Folks in developing country and other places around the world do not have to
Right.
go down to the lake or the river or whatever to get water. Just building wells, and stuff. Another thing is education, man. Education. You can't emphasize that. You got people got to get educated. Access to education is very new. You know, once again, I go back to Liberia. I was visiting Liberia, and I went to a friend of mine. She's a principal for a school.
Mm-hmm.
I walk up in the school, and all I'm seeing is, a bunch of little kids, a bunch of young ladies. Which was society, but there were no boys in the school.
Really?
Yes, there were no boys in the school. So I asked her, I was like, "But I see a lot of young girls here, which is beautiful. I love it. But I don't see any boys there. Well, their parents keep coming to get them out of school and to put them to work."
Wow.
Yeah. So
they don't even get to finish the school. They go right into the workforce.
Go right into the work to become breadwinners for their family. So those three things, man. Those three things that are dear to me. Very small, but yeah, those.
Bro, how? So what's the information for your charity organization? What I'll do is I'll add it to my stuff, and then I'll push it.
Yeah, we call ourselves Concerned Librarian Professional organization. We have a website. I will push you the website.
Okay.
I think every now and then I might post our stuff on Facebook or something like that.
Hey man, I'll push it. You let me know what it is, because that's big, bro. That's big.
We have a website. We intend to. We've been through. Actually, we started when I was in Germany.
Really?
Right during the COVID time. That's when we started.
Okay.
So that was back in 2019. I think so.
Yeah, right. Because it's when we left out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, so 2019, and we've been going strong, man. So we do push out information for fundraiser every now and then, but we just not trying to feed orphanages. We're trying to give scholarships and do mentorship and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll push that information to you.
Yeah, bro, that's good. I like those three things, because those are three things that's near and dear to my heart as well. My QD boss says my friend from Jamaica agrees with immigration shouldn't be too difficult. Education is a must. Absolutely. That's one of the things that I push when people ask me about the military. I'm like, honestly, a lot of people might not like this, but I think that I believe in my heart of hearts that it should be mandatory for people to serve in some form of fashion of the military, at least 2 to 3 years, right? But when you do those 2 to 3 years in whatever branch you choose, you get your GI Bill, right? Free education, right? Yeah. So you're gonna get that education, you're gonna get that opportunity, but it also grows you into it grows you a little bit, right? So you mature a little bit. Because for me, I wasn't going to school straight out of high school just to go to school. I was going to school to play ball and chase girls. I didn't want no school. I didn't want nothing to do with school. Nothing. I was just trying to follow my friends to the parties and play basketball and march in the marching band. That was it. I was not thinking, and I was thinking, well, if I go to college, my parents ain't gonna be able to make sure that I went to school and that I'm in class. So my mindset was not to go to class for education. It was for the wrong thing. So I believe that, now look, I'm about to exit this thing, and I have my master's degree on debate on my doctoral degree. So shout out to Uncle Sam for
beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
It is. And I believe that people, if you give us the opportunity to, we'll find the negative, right?
Yeah.
We will find the negative. And so for me, if I utilize it as a tool, as a resource to get to where I want to go, I might not stay in this thing for retirement, but I may stay in long enough to get me to that point of, okay, I got my own cars paid for. I got a VA loan that I can use for my house, which is way better than any other loan that's out there, in my opinion. And I got my school. So by the time I get out those 2-3 years, I can have finished my associate's degree
Yeah.
and then I can use my GI Bill and post 9/11 GI Bill to go to school for more, further education. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I
so,
just
so so let me. So I usually don't tell people this story. I never do. I very tell it to very few people. So the immigration is big because one of the reasons that I remember when me and my brother came to this country in 1990,
mhm,
we went to high school in Maryland, of Western High School. I will never forget, in College Park, Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
And we were part of the National Honor Society and the ROTC as well, the Navy ROTC. And when it came time for to graduate, we had a full-price scholarship to Annapolis, Maryland,
Oh
right to
wow.
the Naval Academy. But the problem was we were not U.S. citizens, right? Yeah, we weren't U.S. citizens. I will never forget. We had this teacher taking us to Baltimore and everywhere. The immigration officer trying to get our paperwork straight.
Uh-huh.
But because of that, we did not go to the Naval Academy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bro, so you was going to the Naval Academy. You was
I
gonna
was.
be a
I had a full scholarship to go to the.
what?
Yep.
And they
I went
wouldn't accept you because you wasn't
because we were not U.S. citizen. Because you remember, officer, all U.S. Not just military, U.S.
right.
U.S.
Dang,
Yeah.
bro. Well, hey, look, I'm gonna selfishly say I'm glad you didn't go that route. I know it's selfish of me. Shame, shame, shame. However, everything happens for a reason, bro. I would never had the opportunity and the pleasure of working with you, learning from you, and there's people that you can just sit yourself down and around and just absorb knowledge. And I ain't saying that you're an older person, but you are my senior. and I remember, bro, like when I heard that you were coming in, and I knew when you were at brigade, when you were the first sergeant over the HHC,
Yes.
that you were doing great things there. And then when they said that you were coming to us, I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, it's some things gonna change.
Yeah. I think prior to that, I'm not too sure. I think we have met at one of the senior leaders conference they had.
Yeah,
I believe so.
yeah, we did, we
Yeah.
did. And I was just, I was just happy that you guys came, because you were initially supposed to be in 421st, right?
Exactly. And when I got to Germany, I remember, I would never forget. They were like, "Hey, first time Baller wants you to go on down there and do this interview for a first time position." And I turned to Sergeant Major, what's his name?
Was it really right? Really?
I told him, I said, "Hey, Sergeant Major, I told you guys I wasn't coming here to be a first sergeant. I'm done with the first sergeant thing.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm supposed to come here." He said, "Yeah, I hear what you said." It was around this time. It was around this time, Christmas
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Because we all got there about the same time.
Yeah, you said, "I heard what you said," but you and Master Sergeant Phillips, he going to drive you down there, and you're going to go do this interview. I was like, okay. We were still in the hotel, and Phillips himself was competing for that position as well.
Oh yeah, okay.
And won it because I remember when I went and did the interview. It was Sergeant Baller and the brigade commander at that time. And I told him, I said, "Look, it wasn't really like, I mean, I don't want to give the secret, but it wasn't really like an interview or something like that." I sat there and we had a discussion, a chat, and I told him, I said, "No, I really don't want to be a first sergeant. However, if you do think you need somebody to fix some things around here, and I'm your guy, by all means, I'm going to do what I have to do to help the
Right.
team for that." And I came back, and before I even reached back to bomb holder in lodging, Sergeant Major Riddling called and said, "Hey, yeah, so I guess you the guy." Yeah.
He knew it before you walked out the door, bro.
Yeah, he's the guy. Colonel Bossetti ready like you, and Sergeant Major Bala ready like you. So you going to go to whatever it is. You're gonna let him know you're gonna be going to how you call it, Simbach. I said, "But Sergeant Major, I already got a house here in Cruiser."
Yep.
He said, "Yeah, I got what you said, but that's where they want you." And I would shoot that future, and I will never forget. So fast forward, I didn't tell nobody that I got selected. Remember now, me and Phillips went to do the interview.
Right, right.
and then I think when I came back to Clare Battalion, because even though I didn't even started working, but I in process, but I had to come back in our process battalion.
Right, right.
To the SV shop, and he looked at me like, he said, "Man, you got the job?" I said, "Did he tell you?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Y'all, you would think they would tell people, right?
Yeah, you would think because according to Sergeant Major Ridley and Sergeant Major Bartlett, they were going to inform the other candidates, but they never did. So I'm saying that, like, okay, feel a little pity, because I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, dang, y'all put me in this bad situation. Like, yeah, like you're being sneaky. It's like, I ain't being sneaky. I didn't want the job.
I deliberately told them, look, I will be here for a year until you find somebody else. And I'm gonna tell you, that's one of the best 1 year I ever had.
Yeah.
Germany, yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad your year was up before I left, and you were able to come and join us at the 421st
Right?
Medics.
What I didn't like the driving. Oh,
shout out to the Viper Medics, man.
Viper Medics, yeah. I didn't like the driving every morning though, from Kuzo to Simbox, but
I didn't like that joke either, and I didn't have to do it as often as you did.
Well, yeah, man. Well, good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about that. We're gonna lighten it up. How do you know me?
Well, I said I met you at initially at one of the senior leaders conference, and then I was literally assigned to you. Basically, you was my boss, right? And
a circle of trust. That's what it was.
Transition from the brigade headquarters to 421st. Right, you were the detachment sergeant there, and I was the S3 NCOIC.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, and we have formed a long, steady friendship, relationship, brotherhood ever since then. And that's a good thing, and I love it. I love it.
Absolutely, bro. I love you too, man. But look, we go back further than that. I didn't even know. My wife kept telling me,
Yep.
For Sam, yeah. Our daughters went to school together, and my crazy daughter, acting up like high school kids do.
Because it was funny you say that, because I remember my wife was like, I know her, because their kids are being in school with Gabby, Dominique, and then they right around the corner from us. I was like, well, for Sam it was like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was the grind, bro. It was a grind.
Yeah.
Every day.
We have one person in common, Sergeant Major Tarr Taylor, right?
Yep, absolutely. Old Tyrone, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we go.
It was good, because it was like once I realized, I was like, man, and he's coming to us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna get live, man. We got some knowledge and stuff coming to us, and then we had so many. So we had Tyrone Taylor, but we also had like so many other people in our circle that we didn't realize that we shared at the same time.
Yeah. And then when you start talking, hey, I know him. I know her. Oh yeah.
We was there.
Yeah, like, we was there.
Probably came to a couple of my re-enlistment ceremonies that I did for some of them knuckleheads down there in San Antonio.
You got that mass invite. You was Sergeant Major Diggs,
Yes, absolutely. That yeah. Mm-hmm. We don't go too much into that one. All right, tell us out of your illustrious career. If I said that right. Give us one of your most memorable moments. It don't even have to be military.
Oh, man, look, I think one of my most memorable moments, right? I would say military wise, and this was a life teaching moment, right? So Afghanistan 2006, right? So we were in the Korangar Valley, the one senior medic down there, and I had just lost two of my medics, right, to IED on the Korongo Road. First ever time they ever opened the Korongo Road for us to conduct a convoy, and my medics were on the other side of the road, in a little town called Kalega, and I had two medics that was getting ready to go and leave, so they were just coming back to backfill, right? And unfortunately, something happened in IED. And I remember that night coming back from Jalalabad and going to the Koranko. And we got there and we were doing the memorial ceremony. And, yes, soldiers do cry. And I was very overwhelmed, right? Think about it. Myself, a lot of stuff going through my head. What am I going to say to their parents? Blah, 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 playing scenarios in my head. And I will never forget General Cavoli, who is the current the USARA commander, African commander. He was the battalion commander at that time. Little shall do about your high.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sitting there weeping, just sobbing, crying. And I remember he came behind me and put his hands on my shoulder, right? And said, "Hey, Doc, I understand the kind of pain you're going through right now, but we need you. Do not take this personal." Right? What does it mean, don't take it personal?
Yeah.
That don't take it personal. And after a while, after I sat back for a long time, I said, yeah, because you know what? If I start taking things personal, it will start to cloud my judgment. And, being the medic there, I saw everybody.
Right.
National workers, people in the village, I treated everybody. So, and that stuck with me for a while. I mean, there are some things that I've done, you can't take it personal, and stuff like that. But to this day, we still keep in touch. We talk to each other.
That's
right?
Good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. He checked on you while we were in 421st.
yeah. He even checked on me when I was here. He created a big, how do I call it, chaos.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. I would think that's that time, but it was chaotic. It was chaotic, man.
Yeah, they're like, why is the CG asking about you?
Exactly. Why? We just had the brigade ball.
Yeah.
Brigade ball, and he was like, "What did you do last night? That the CG is asking about you." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "The CG is asking about you." I said, "We CD." He said, "Well, the regional health commander is looking for you. The sergeant major from the 21st TSC and the commander from the 21st TSC. I'll forward you this email." He forwarded me the email and the whole list of people, man, all the way up to you, Sarah. I was like, oh God, I don't know. And then he said, okay, well, you need to call him or email him. So I sent him an email just for visibility, right?
Yeah.
And then I pick up my phone and I call him. Called the CG. I said, "Hey, sir, what's up? I heard you looking for me." He said, "Oh, I just tried to check on you." Like, okay, I'm doing good, right? And so, true story. So, we had a shop run. I don't know if you remember Sergeant Major Pooh. He used to be with 21st TSC.
I do.
Right? Yeah. He saw me. He said, "Hey, man, that's how what's going on?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Let me tell you something, man. It was just General Cavoli way to let these people know not to mess with you."
I'm watching him. You better not be doing nothing stupid with my soldiers, with my dog.
I said, now he just put a bullseye on my back because now everybody know that I know him.
Yeah.
He could have another way. Yeah. It was a big stink, but
I don't think that we always look at it this when you're trying to do something like that to take care of somebody. It's like from his perspective, he's like, if you are not taking care of this soldier, you better start taking care of this soldier.
Exactly.
In his family, right? Because it's not one of those things where you could just sweep this leader under the rug.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? And I think it's cool when you do have leaders that they still take that interest and they follow up. I try to do that with my soldiers. I don't have that influence. I don't have that level of influence. But I think that's a beautiful thing, man. That's awesome. That's an testament for you as a leader, bro. Straight
because,
up.
It was funny because I remember anytime Colonel said he got summoned to go to USARA or 21st TSC, right? I remember the very first time he got summoned to go to USARA to go give a briefing. He called me in the office. Yeah. He said, "Hey, man, I know you know General Cavoli." He said, "Yeah, man. So what insight do you know? What kind of little tidbits. I said, I will tell you one thing though. He's a numbers guy.
Yeah.
He's in the detail. Just remember, before you go in there to start talking, he already knows. He already got his paperwork in front of statistics. He will let you talk. Then once you get done talking, then he will, I said, because he was into DTMS. He will go, and exactly true story. Colonel Boselli came might say, yeah, man, he was already on top of his game. He already knew everything what was going on. It seemed like I was talking. Yeah, very, very detail oriented. Yeah, so
that's good, man. That's awesome, bro. I don't say I wish I was in that situation, but I got to live through you and your stories that you telling us about. In that wow mission we did out there in Bulgaria and Poland. Holding on for dear life on those tents. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think I still got pictures.
I got some too. I was gonna put them up, but I don't know how to do it yet. I'm still learning this technology.
Yes, that was an experience.
So tell us a life lesson. Give us one life lesson.
I mean, a life lesson. Like most of my mentors, I always say, look, always remain humble, right? Remain humble. Be open. Be receptive. Listen, right? When the individual comes to you and wants to talk to you, give them that time, because yes, they might be talking, but all they want sometimes is just for somebody to listen to what they have to say.
Absolutely.
And I live by that motto. My office will always open everywhere I went. People will complain, hey, Freshine, ever since you got here, it seems like there's more soldier coming here than before. Yeah, because the soldier just wants somebody to listen.
Exactly.
And that's all they need. Listen. And if there was something that needed to be acted upon, you act upon it quickly, swiftly. Don't let it sit. But yeah, just listen and be humble, man. At the end of the day, you can. Everybody to me is equal. I always tell people, a soldier, when I look at you, I don't even look at your rank.
Yeah.
I don't even look at your rank. I look at your name. I look at the human being, and then and when you start acting crazy, that's when we start looking at rank.
Right. Yeah. Like, okay, you done said too much now. Go on and
all right.
Put those arms where they need to be at.
Exactly.
Unless you got a profile for parade rest.
Exactly. You have rest and locked up. A lot of times that you talking to them, not listening to anything you say. They just focusing on that arm being behind.
Right.
Behind. Yeah.
That's why I used to tell them, come on in, man, grab a seat, man, sit down.
Yeah, relax. Talk to me. I talk to parents, and they will put their parents on the phone sometimes. Talk to them.
They don't understand that, man. It's like they don't think about that stuff right now, But when you become a leader, man, you become a co-parent. You are their parent away from home, right? And sometimes you have to do that. But like, what's your mama and your daddy number?
Yeah, and you see, and the thing about it, the hospital was even more unique because it just wasn't enlisted. I had, when I was at Cody, it was about almost 400. Personnel, that's soldier and civilian in the company.
Right.
Officers, enlisted, man, and the nurses, and you'd be surprised. They come to the office and you were like a parent to them.
Absolutely. Yes.
Asking for advice. Yeah, that's how it was, and you take that very seriously, man, and yeah, you got to be humble, man.
Yeah, and I won't say you did a good job, but you can rest easy knowing that you gave them 100%,
exactly.
And you know it because down the road you still have those people who reach out to you. They seeking you out, they checking on you, and I know I've seen it. Like when Tolan got there, and she was like, "Oh, he was my first sergeant. That was my first sergeant." She like, "First sergeant, that was my old first sergeant." I was like, "Who you talking about?" Master Sergeant Tarr. I was like, "Oh, top, yeah, man."
She followed me up, and I had to take her to go get her car. I said, don't you have a spot? No, I want you to take me to go get my car. So I guess I had to drive her all the way to wherever it was, and so forth, man. Yeah.
Shout out to Chanel Tolan, who just went skydiving for the first time.
Oh,
You beat me to it. I'm still trying to get the nerves up. When I had a spot for airborne school, and
uh,
I came back, and they were supposed to be sending me to drill sergeant school, and they switched it up to AIT platoon sergeant, saying it was the same thing. Um,
you got that up.
yeah, same thing, but they took away the hat, the badge, the pay,
Okay.
and we still had to do the same job. Thank you,
Yep.
Army. Thank you. I appreciate you guys for putting us in that
With,
situation.
with some of the authority.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because the drill sergeant's hat alone has a maximum effective range of.
I, I'm,
If I
I'm not
could
gonna
see,
lie. To you. When I was on 4-7, I felt for you guys.
man, it was rough.
Platoon sergeant.
I did enjoy myself because I did detonate a bunch of soldiers in place.
Yeah.
But had I had my hat that I went there to go and get,
Yes.
I would have just had to step outside the shop at, and then they all would have got right.
Exactly. Exactly.
But you know, they told us, they said the reason why they switched is because the soldiers they weren't paying attention to rank. They were only paying attention to the hat and the badge. And it was like when you got soldiers mushing a lieutenant colonel out the way, saying at ease, make way for a drill sergeant, that's a problem. And I said, okay, I'll drink that Kool-Aid, but y'all need to get us something. And they was like, we got your badge coming. Your badge is coming. I was like, cool, okay. I'll wait for my funky little badge that never came.
I have nothing against drill sergeant. I still remember my drill sergeant from basic training at AIT, Kasao, Aknola, and these people.
Uh-huh.
At some point in time, it just became a point that even you as a first time, if it's so the hat, they will snap for that drill sergeant before they even recognize you.
Yeah.
First sergeant or as a battalion commander, as a company commander, and that's how it was. It just, now they're back to drill sergeants again, but. Mm-hmm. Some of the drill sergeant felt like, hey, I'm a bit behind this hat,
Right.
Whatever. But it's needed. It was needed.
Yeah, I think they need to come up with another way, because the logic behind it made sense.
Yes.
And then soldiers get to their unit and they thinking that they can be buddy. They come in here throwing gang signs at me like, "What's up, Sarge? What's up, Sarge?" And I'm going crazy like, "Yo, are we buddies?"
By the way, shout out to Sergeant Palui.
Sergeant Palui.
New drill sergeant.
Drill Sergeant Palui, man. Big shout out to you, man. We proud of you. Congratulations, doing your thing. Absolutely. And a bigger shout out because she's one of my Romeos, man.
Exactly.
She's a vet services, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm proud of you, True.
All
right, brother. Give us a leadership lesson that you can let us take from you.
Oh, leadership lesson, man. Look, you got to. I would say, if you want to excel, right, do not be afraid to step into new adventures, right? There are folks out there that when they tell them, hey, you're going over here to be the brigade S3 NCYC or be the division med of NCYC. Oh, I'm not too sure. Or hey, we need to deploy you to go work in the job, to be the med of that. Look, you don't be afraid, because the way our system is structured, right? Mm-hmm. You are not structured to fail, right? You're going to get there, and people are going to take the time to teach you, right, to mentor you, and show you how to do the job. So do not be afraid, man. Do not be afraid of taking that next step. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen. If you stay in the military that long, for a long time, it's going to happen. Some people will be prepared. Some people will not be prepared. But just make sure when you get there, do the best that you can. Do not be afraid to try, venture in new things, because that's how you're going to get better. You're going to be well-rounded. Absolutely. Because you and I, once you pin up that staff sergeant, sergeant first class, things start to change, man.
It does, absolutely. You can be thrown into any kind of position, anywhere.
Exactly, and you got to be ready. You got to be ready to go. And the way we operate, man, we surround ourselves with people. There are people there that you can go and ask questions, yes. and so forth.
Have to. That's what leadership is about. It's about being able to humble yourself and then seek that knowledge, absorb that knowledge from the people that's around you, right?
Like Bruce Lee said, man, you got to be like sponge, man.
Absolutely. That's my man right there, Bruce. Yeah. right, bro. You brought up Bruce. Give me 3 great leaders that you look to or look up to in your lifetime.
In my lifetime, man, growing up, I went to school in Ghana, elementary school and part of my secondary school in Ghana. And when I got to Ghana, there was this great leader had just taken over. It was Jerry John Rawlings.
Okay.
That when he took over that country, he did a military coup 3 times, and the 3rd time he finally successful. He took over, but when he took over Ghana was down the drain.
Yeah.
Right. Ghana is one of the best country in Africa to visit. Right.
Okay.
Jerry Rawlings. Mother Teresa.
Teresa.
Of all the things that she could have done, go to the Vatican and hang out in that big palace or whatever, she was in the streets. Taking care of people.
Yeah.
Comes back to humbleness, doing the best you can for the least of us, right? So I really like what she was doing, what she did out there. And of course you cannot forget I had 2. I'll give you 4.
Okay, come on.
I will give you Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
Martin Luther King for being for persevering, and doing what he did, and Nelson Mandela just for being, even though he did that 20 some more years in prison, when he came, he had no hard feelings. Right, he took South Africa from, even though South Africa is not yet perfect, but he took them from that apartheid where jokers could have been, hey, you were mistreating me when you was in power, and now we're gonna slaughter.
Right, absolutely.
Whatever. So I gave a shout out to Nelson Mandela as well. Yeah,
that's good, bro. I like your list, bro. That's a good one. It coincides with a lot of the stuff that you've been talking about this whole time, so that's awesome. All right, give us a quote that you live by.
I think I already. Well, there was a saying in tweet or in Ashanti read in Ghana, right? It's called Sankofa. Sankofa means going back, right? So I always say my quote is, you have to go back, right, in history, to be able to understand, to know where you're going, right? Because if you don't understand the past,
right,
the future is going to be a little bit rocky for you, right. So you got to understand. You got to go back to understand your past to be able to just move on to the future. Yeah. So that's my quote. It's an old African proverb. Cool.
I heard it before. I didn't know where it came from, but yeah, I actually use that one a lot. You gotta know where you came from to know where you're going.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good one, bro. I like it. All right, you made it to the lightning round. You ready?
Oh, I
you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, everybody out there that's watching. All right, y'all gotta answer these questions too. So y'all just put y'all's answer down there in the chat, and here we go. All right, bro. Top 3 most played songs on your playlist.
Oh, right now, first thing I was listening. I mean, it's the season, so I was listening to Silent Night, Holy Night by The Temptation. That's on heavy rotation. Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas.
All right, Mariah.
And I kind of throw in a little bit of African. So there's a song by this African artist. It's called Barnabas. It's very new. What's his name? Yeah. So those 3 songs. But Silent Night is very heavy on my
Barnabas. Okay. So where do you go to for inspiration? Where you go to get your inspiration?
My inspiration usually I go to my father. He's here. And seek spiritual help from pastors and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite YouTube channel? If you're on YouTube, what you watching?
Oh, yeah. I don't usually venture on YouTube that often, but usually when I'm on YouTube, man, I'm watching martial art movies.
Martial arts?
Yes, old school Wu-Tang, and that's me. I believe that's you found the best old school martial art on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, when you're surfing the web, what platform are you usually using?
I'm usually using Google. Google Chrome, yeah.
Okay, good stuff. All right. Best lyricist.
Wow. Man. I said Rakim.
Rakim?
Yeah, I go Rakim. I can throw Coogee rapping there, but I said Rakim.
Okay, what about what's your favorite group?
My favorite group of all time, man, is Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men?
I like Boyz II Men. You
Shout
mean
out
hip
to
hop or R&B?
Motown Philly.
Yeah, R&B is Boyz II Men for me. Now hip hop, it got to be a Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, Tribe Called Quest. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your best artist?
My best artist of all time, man. Go with Michael Jackson. I'm
Jackson.
A Michael Jackson fan.
Which MJ though? Which MJ? Pre Pepsi, pre Pepsi or after Pepsi?
Hey, look, I said, the Billie Jean.
Billie Jean, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, bro.
Walking.
Yes. Okay, so last one, man. What's that? What movie you watching? What's your favorite movie this year?
Oh, right now, I mean, it's not a movie; it's a series.
Okay.
The Wheels of Time on Amazon Prime.
I seen that. Is it good?
Matter for the season finale is today.
Okay.
Yeah, very very good series, man.
Man, so what is it? What is it like? What does it relate? Kind of like similar to?
It is it's like it's an adventure, fantasy, right? I mean, for some people, for those people that like this kind of, like the female different fraternity organizations, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like how do I put it? It's an adventure fantasy where there are I think 4 or 5 kids that supposedly have these powers,
Mm-hmm.
right? That when together with all that power, they are able to defeat the Dark Lord.
Okay.
Right. So the I forgot what's her name, but she went out there and found all these kids and put them together and brought them back to their castle. And so now they're going out there to go fight the Dark Lord. So,
Okay.
but they really don't know exactly which one of the kids has the most power.
Got you.
That is going to be needed. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Man, I'm gonna have to go watch that one, bro. My show ended. I started watching this the La Brea.
Mm-hmm.
You heard of that one?
I heard about it.
It's soldiers told me about it, and I ended up watching and got stuck on it. And I hate when I get stuck on TV shows that's airing like right now, because
Yeah,
you gotta wait for the whole week for it to come back.
exactly.
I want to watch that thing all the way through. You know what I mean? I want to binge watch it. That's the bad part about being military, right?
Yeah. You want to binge watch the whole thing in one sitting, right?
You binge watch the whole thing. You be like, "Oh, we going out on mission? Oh, guess what? I got my stuff stacked up. I'm ready."
Yep.
Yeah. All right, brother. So what? I'm gonna open the floor for you. Give shout outs. Some Merry Christmas. Some stuff. The floor is yours. Say what you got to say.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to all the young soldiers out there, man. Especially our 68th series, our medical field, man, for what they are doing. Because I'm telling you, man, I don't think without us, man, without the people folks in the medical field, the Army will not be what it is. There's certain reason why, as the 68th series, the rest of the Army put you on the pedestal. Know what you bring to the table. Basically, you are a force multiplier. So I give all those folks that are in the medical field, med stuff like Merry Christmas. I mean, to where the rubber meets the road, man. Believe it or not, those detachment sergeants, first sergeants, man.
Yeah.
It's not that easy, man. It's not that easy. But yeah, I give a shout out to those people. To those first sergeants and platoons, stuff like that. They are literally, like you said, the parents of these kids away from home.
Yeah.
They are that your kids are taken care of and stuff like that. But I give.
Yeah, bro. Thank you
Captain
so much.
Yep. Captain Lund, my old company commander.
Yeah.
Give a shout out.
Look. Shout out to the Tarr family, man. and I see you got your hat on. Shout out to Ohio State, man.
Yeah.
Well, where y'all playing at? What bowl y'all got this year?
We're back to the Rose Bowl, man.
The Rose Bowl?
We're back to where we belong before the playoff.
Before, yeah, right. The Rose Bowl was the top, right?
Yeah, it was the top. We're back to the Rose Bowl, man.
Hey, look, man. Good luck to you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for hanging with me, and and tell the wife and kids, man, Merry Christmas. We love you guys, and hopefully, I know y'all were. I think your wife was here, and they couldn't link up.
Yeah.
So once we get our stuff together and we start traveling, we definitely have to link up with you guys.
Are you in Kentucky or are you in Chicago?
I'm in Chicago.
Oh, so my wife is in Chicago right now.
Is she?
Yeah, so they left here this morning about 3 o'clock. She went to go check on her mom. So they're in Chicago right now. They should be back tonight.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yeah, she went to go check on her.
I'm gonna have to tell my wife.
Yeah, but shout out to your family, man, your wife, and she took care of us back there in Germany, brother. Best FRG ever. Second to none, man. I'm telling
man. I try not to let her head get too big, so I don't tell her too often.
There's sometimes you gotta give them the roses, man.
You're right. I'm just messing around because I thought she was on. But shout out to the Jewel Junkie where they add style to your smile, $5 at a time. The Jewel Junkie, the boss. All right, bro. We're gonna head up out of here. Go and get you some coffee. It's not even coffee time anymore. What time is it?
Oh, believe me, I'm gonna get some coffee.
You get some coffee. I'm gonna get some too because my wife was working when I went downstairs and I had to tiptoe, so I couldn't really make the stuff like I wanted. She be getting mad when I stir. I stir too loud.
I'm strong, right?
What are you doing in there? I'm like, I'm just making my coffee. My bad. Dang.
Shout out to all your listening audience, man, your viewers, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to the soldiers who set this thing up, man, because I definitely wasn't thinking about doing anything like this. But then I was like, you know what? It gave me an opportunity to talk to my friends, have conversations, and it's an open door, right?
Yeah, and the truth is, man, I've never seen anything like this, so I would consider you right now a trailblazer.
Okay.
It's a good forum for folks, in a relaxed atmosphere to impact wisdom and experience upon, these young soldiers. So I would recommend to some of my former soldiers, man, because not me, there may be other people in here that's even way, inclined and have, so, yeah.
Awesome, bro. I appreciate that. Well, look, you have a very safe holidays, and we'll definitely be in touch. But don't forget to send me that information for your organization.
I will send it to you.
Okay. Hey, shout it out one more time.
It's called Klepper Concerned Librarian Professional Association. Okay. You click the link and you can donate on the link as well and stuff like that. So I will send it to you. I'll send it to you.
All right, and I'll put that up there, bro. So,
all right.
Look, Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Be safe, happy holidays, and don't do stupid. We are signing out.
All right, brother.
All right, brother.